was in a relationship with a guy for about 3.5 years that literally just beat the hell out of me, and I was addicted to the relationship, and, you know.
That's the reason why you're here?
Mm-hmm.
Tonight, Showbiz Tonight brings you brand new revelations about country star Mindy McCready, dead of an apparent suicide at the age of 37, just 3 years after she shared her problems with America on VH1 Celebrity Rehab. Welcome back to Showbiz Tonight. Mindy McCready had a life of tragedy both before and after her appearance on Celebrity Rehab. Mindy, who was found dead of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound, had addiction problems, was repeatedly arrested, and was dealing with the recent apparent suicide of her boyfriend and father of her youngest child. And now, those who knew her, worked with her, and tried to help her get better are asking, could her suicide have been prevented? With me right now from Hollywood, addiction therapist Gaba, who appeared on VH1 Celebrity Rehab and worked with Mindy off camera. Also from Celebrity Rehab, Bob Forrest, founder of Bob Forrest Counseling Services. He also counseled Mindy. I want to thank you both for being here tonight. And Sherry, I want to start with you. When you worked with Mindy off camera, did she seem to be making progress with you?
Of course she did. She was on the show on Celebrity Rehab. She was open to being on the show. She was wanting to be on the show. Someone that goes on a show like that absolutely was doing really well.
Bob, from your time with her and working with her on the show, do you have any insight, anything at all you can offer as to why she may have killed herself? Because obviously there's so many questions today.
Well, it's just so complicated, the different problems that she had. She had addiction, she had codependency, she had a personality disorder, she had some sort of biological mental health issue. And what she described there in your clip, I'm addicted to men. I'm addicted to men who abuse me. She also had an alcohol withdrawal seizure on our show, so we know she had alcoholism. I mean, this is a huge, multi-layered, complex problemed woman. And it's so sad. It's so sad.
Sherry, would you say all of that was exacerbated by the fact that at 18 years old, at such a young age, she achieved this level of stardom that clearly has to throw your life, you know, into this major roller coaster ride?
Right, it's not a normal adult upbringing, you know, and she probably, as a young child, was, you know, grooming to be a celebrity, so she really didn't have that normal childhood. And then, of course, besides the things that Bob mentioned, she has had multiple losses. Her kids were taken away from her, and then, of course, she had the grief of the death of her boyfriend last month. And people underestimate what happens when there are multiple losses in somebody's life. And the thing that is just so heartbreaking is, why was she alone? You know, what was she doing alone, and why was there still a gun in her house? You know, these are the questions that I'd like to be answered.
Yeah, there was obviously so much emotional pain after that apparent suicide of her boyfriend last month. I want to watch with you guys what she told Dateline NBC's Andrea Canning in what would be her final TV interview. Roll that, Charles.
I've never gone through anything this painful, nor will I ever again go through anything this painful.
I mean, it just seemed like it was impossible for her to recover from that. Bob, when you hear that, and from the time you spent working with Mindy, do you think that anything could have possibly been done to prevent her suicide?
Well, it's hard to look back now. I just know my interaction with her, I wanted her to stay in Los Angeles for adequate treatment, a year's treatment. And, you know, staying in sober living, seeing Sherry, getting all kinds of help, getting acquainted with Al-Anon and adult children of alcoholics, get in a 12-step world, and she wanted to go back and make her life, you know, manageable. And that's the problem is, there's a myth that you get fixed in 30 days in this country. It takes years to get well. It takes years to get well, and America needs to understand that.
Yeah, Sherry, I mean, it's impossible to know if she could have been saved, but it does seem, as Dr. Drew said earlier on our show, had she been able to stay in treatment this last go-around, maybe she had a shot.
He's absolutely right.
Sure.
You know, it's a whole multi-level program. You need a therapist, you need a 12-step program, you need a sponsor, you need treatment, you need sober living, and you need at least a year. And really, recovery is forever, of course.
Yeah,
she probably was in and out of treatment.
Such a sad loss. And Bob and Sherry, I do appreciate your insight, having worked with her. Thank you so much for being with us.